Hey everybody, we're back. Sorry, get a notification. Lots of stuff going on now. Anybody here? So there's been lots of moves out there. Hey Sports King, what's good? Nothing yet. Although the talk is really heavy on Sebastian Aho. Have you heard anything that I haven't heard? Okay, there's 3 people here. Who else is here? Yeah, so there's a lot of moves that are confirmed now. I guess till people show up, I'll go over them. Joe Pavelski signed with Dallas, 3 years to $21 million. That's one. Myers in Vancouver. Excuse me, I didn't get the years, but it's $6 million. The Habs are reportedly, well, there's some confirmed signings and stuff. The Habs are definitely reportedly after Aho, whether they trade for him or they offer sheet him. Apparently, they're going to try to offer sheet him at under 10.6, so they don't give up four first-round picks. They're trying to, from what I can get, they're trying to front load the contract with signing bonuses every year, and that'll bring him down under the 10.6. But I don't think any of this is absolutely confirmed. But there's a possibility of trading for him as well, because Carolina said they're open to hear any trades. They'd rather not lose him just outright or for draft picks. Let's see. Bobrovsky, definitely 7 years, $70 million in Florida. Let's see, who else? Apparently they're still thinking Lee. What would I give up for Aho? I don't like the offer. Honestly, I don't like the offer sheet. Unless you can get them at a lower price, but at a lower price, they're going to match. So it's a waste of time. So you got to trade for him. So I'm willing to give up Drouin. I'm willing to give up a prospect on the farm and maybe a draft pick. Although that won't be enough. I don't see how that's enough. So 100% Habs missed the playoffs next year. You're not a Habs fan, obviously. I say it's not 100%, but I'd say they make the playoffs next year. Are you not a Habs fan? It's okay if you're not. I don't make fun of people who aren't fans of the team I love. You're allowed to love whoever you want. There was something else out here I wanted to go over. The Oilers signed Thomas Yurko to a 1-year contract. I don't really know who he is. We only missed by 3 points this year. 3 or 2? I think 2 points. Oh, 2 to tie. Right. You're right. 3 points. Right. And if they get their power play going, you can pretty much assure that it's a couple of wins right there. Not to say that next year the standings are going to be exactly the same. I get that, but I mean, with the power play, they made the playoffs. Yeah, I was saying that, Trent. Apparently, the Habs are really in on Aho, and I guess, I mean, Aho is the kind of guy they want. He's Finnish. He's a stud. He's a center. He'll fit in well with the team, considering the Finnish talent that's here already. I can see Aho being the guy they really want. Can they get him? Don't know. 19 Coyote. I mean, I hope you're not serious, because that's not a very intelligent thing to say if you're serious about that. I'm sorry, but they're not a much worse team this year, and there's no way they're going to fire Bergie now. Let's see, I saw that it's a trade. Suzuki would have to be involved. I would not want that. No. And I don't think they're going to trade Suzuki for anybody. It wouldn't make sense. Do I think teams like Florida, New Jersey Rangers are going to be a lot better next year, so the Canadiens are going to have to do a lot better? Well, okay, that's a good point. Rangers. Oh yeah, the Jersey just signed. Who did they just sign? Jersey just signed somebody. Sorry, off the top of my head. Jersey just picked up somebody. Rangers are much better. Rangers are a much better team next year with Trouba on defense. They just put Panarin up. They're a much better team. Florida with Bobrovsky should be better, but if that's all they do, how much better? But yes, talent around in their division has gotten better. Montreal does have to do something to step up. I agree. But again, they will be a better team next year. Should be as they evolve. They should be getting better every year as well. So you got to take that into account too. But they should be adding things. I think we signed Gardner and maybe Lee. I don't see us trading for Aho. I mean, it's just as likely, I think. I personally think it's just as likely because Carolina has said they will entertain offers for Aho rather than losing him to just draft picks. So, I mean, that possibility is there. And the rest of it, too. I mean, it's just still nothing. Oh, my TV went out. Hang on. After 3 hours of leaving it on the same channel, it goes out. Such a pain in the ass. And now I don't even know I don't know the channel for Sportsnet. Sorry for having my neck turned. I gotta find Sportsnet. It's a pain. Yeah, there we go. Yeah, so where was I? Yeah, so they do have to do something to keep pace at the very least. But I mean, if their power play improves, they're going to get at least 4 or 5 wins or something like that more than last year. Oh yeah, Simons. Wayne Simons got signed by New Jersey. So New Jersey, that's an improvement with PK. And Taylor Hall should sign. I would think he's going to sign next year. And Jack Hughes. I mean, yeah, they're a better team. Yeah, all around, we have to improve a little bit. I think we signed Gardner and maybe, okay, no, I read that. They lost 2 players for pucks. What pucks? What 2 players? Oh, you're talking? No, they lost them for draft picks, and they didn't lose. And if you're gonna consider Nicolas Deslauriers a huge loss, well, I'm sorry, it's not. Deslauriers wasn't even playing on the exactly. He was a fill-in. So how big of a loss is Deslauriers? But he saved close to $1 million in cap. Makes sense. Sports King, I would trade Suzuki and others for Aho. For sure, Aho is already proven, a first-line center, only 21, and had 80-something points last year. I mean, I get your point, and that's a fair point. Just personally, I wouldn't do it. Yeah, Glenn, we know now Simons to New Jersey. Good move by New Jersey. And only 1 year, $5 million. It's not bad. No commitment. See how it goes. Tell me how the Leafs got any better. The Leafs not getting better, no. Even if they sign Marner, they've had to move so many other pieces around. We won't know if they're any better till the, and they still have that backup goalie is unsettled. So I don't think the Leafs got any better, especially if they're going to lose Gardner. Did we get anyone besides Kincaid yet? No. Well, nothing of major. They signed a minor league guy for Laval. I'm not sure any other, but nothing of importance. No. On the current path, Habs won't make the playoffs again. Yeah, but the current path is about to change, hopefully, right? I mean, I'm hoping it changes with some news today, so we'll see. But you're right. I mean, the other teams have gotten a little better, so we're going to have to do something. But the books aren't closed on. It just started, so. Okay, Coyote, Ben and Shaw. Well, Ben wasn't coming back. We knew that. Ben was not coming back. Okay. Shaw's replaceable. Sorry to say, but Shaw's replaceable. Some of his toughness might be a little harder. Someone's going to have to step up. But Shaw, unfortunately, is a replaceable contract, and I don't think it's going to be a huge loss in the long run. And his value was at its peak, so if you're going to trade him. So, and that's what they got for him. So at his peak, so what would next year be if he had an off-season? If say his numbers come down next year, can you trade him? I don't know. And they got a couple of picks for next year's draft and one for the year after, but they wanted to stock draft picks. Yeah, if the Habs don't do anything else today, I'd be a little worried for how they perform next year. No, I agree. And actually, you gotta temper that. It doesn't have to be today, but if they don't do anything in the off season that really improves the team, you could be a little worried, and I get that. But I mean, it doesn't have to be today. Things will happen after. But if they're going to get any of the big names, you would think it's going to be today. Although RFA players, are they all going to be, is it all going to be today? No, there's still some time. And even with the UFAs, it's usually about another week. That's why I'm only going to take some time off next week. There's still stuff going to happen all week. I mean, usually does anyway. Trent, we got a better backup this year. So that's guaranteed a few more extra wins. Should be. Definitely that should be. I mean, if you go by that, yeah. And a little bit more confidence if price goes down. You've got more confidence in Kincaid than Niemi carrying the load, right? I'm sure everybody would agree with that. Yes, but you have to replace him. Yes. Well, I've been saying it that in the last week or so because of all this talk, but I think Armia will replace him in the lineup. That's my guess because I expect Armia might have a breakout here, as will Lehtonen. I think those two guys will be of the players that have career years, like we had so many last year. I think those two guys will be talking next year had career years. So I think there. So we need a third line right winger. I mean, I think we can find one. I think they're probably working on that. And then if you bring in Anders Lee, if it's Lee is a right winger. I think, anyway. Aho is the crown jewel of free agents. RFAs, yeah. Left. I bet Bergie is trying to land him. He likes Finns. Well, all the reports are, Jarmy, that Bergie's going hard after Aho. Francois Paradis, hey. For Aho, Montreal just need to make offer sheet. Yeah, they just need to make an offer sheet. He's worth 4 first-round picks, in my opinion. Okay, but do you really want to give 4 first-rounders? I'd rather than get him at least under 2 and 2 seconds, I think. It's a little bit more palatable, and especially you're going to go into next season with the draft here, and you're going to not have a first-round pick unless they can pick one up in the deal. So that might not be appetizing there. Let's see. It's Islanders and the Habs for Lee. Yeah. And considering the Islanders didn't get Panarin, they might be circling back on Lee right now. That happens, right? Domi Tatar overperformed. Chances they perform as well this year are slim. I don't agree with that. I really don't agree with that. And for Tatar, when you say overperformed, not a huge overperformance. So it's not that far above his normals. So I think he can keep that up definitely. And Domi had his career year because it wasn't a good fit over in Arizona. And Arizona, they don't score very much anyway. And I think Domi is near his ceiling, but I don't think he's hit his ceiling. And I think he can produce that in that area every year for a while. He's not even in his prime yet. 19 Coyote, who do you cheer for anyway? Doesn't really matter. He can tell us, but he doesn't have to be here and be a Habs fan. Everyone's welcome in on the discussion. As a matter of fact, it makes for a better discussion when you have people on both sides. Hey, Scotty, welcome back in. Habs fan 40 years. Catch at least a couple games a year. Good stuff, Coyote. And like I said, you don't have to be. And you can be critical of the Habs. I am. Nothing wrong with that. And when they need to be criticized, you've got to criticize them. We don't want to end up like Toronto where we just put up with whatever they give us. I'm not like that. When there's criticism to be had or to be given, I'll give it. Sports King is saying Lee is a left wing. Well, okay. So that might change things because, Domi, if he's going to be pushed to the wing, I believe Domi would be a left winger as well. So they might be a little stacked. That's why I say Byron might be involved in a deal. Drouin might be involved in a deal. Don't seem like you cheer for them. How much are you putting them down? Trent, no, that's not fair to say. I put them down. I had videos where I put them down. I'll put a player down or whatever. If you don't believe in what they're doing, it's your opinion. Remember, all this is subjective anyway, right? We're not the experts, so we're allowed to have our opinions, at least I hope. It makes for a better discussion, in my opinion. But I really don't like to rag on anybody for his opinion. As long as they're not ragging back and being nasty about it, everyone's allowed their opinion. At least on my channel. I'm a realistic fan. I've seen the ups and downs for decades. I'm right with you there. I'll tell you that, Kyle. I'm right with you there. It's just that since I've been doing this channel, I'm a little more in depth into the kids and what's happening, and I've gotten reinvigorated, and I see a lot of good things happening, and the direction is good. So I disagree with you. I think they're in the right direction. They just need to keep going. And look, if I'm right, you'll be happy when it happens, I'm sure, because you're a fan. And if I'm wrong, well, I'll tell you that I was wrong and you were right. I admit when I'm wrong. I'm not one of those guys that does. And yes, it's constructive criticism, and there's never anything wrong with that. Mike says he thinks if Domi carries off the season with his confidence, he'll carry it the rest of the way. Yeah, I believe so. Domi he hasn't hit his ceiling. I really don't think so. Habs just got Marner. Holy crow! No, you're joking now. It's okay. Habs did not get Marner. It would be screaming out at everywhere. 91 million, 7 years. No, I don't believe it. HH, yeah, LOL, exactly. Francois, again, Aho worth it, or any of those players. Marner, Point, Ketchup. Is there really a guy named Ketchup? That's the first time hearing that. Worth 4 first round. I don't disagree with you though. Braden Point, yeah, I don't know who Ketchup is, but I don't want to pay that price. I just don't. Call me wrong, that's fine. I could be wrong. But I don't like it. I just don't like it. Not a lot of Montreal first round picks in the past that played or plays for the club. Okay, no, I get that. But that doesn't mean that going forward that's not going to happen, right? Or that's what's going to happen. But I see your point. Definitely, it's valid. It would be awesome. I don't know. I guess look, if I'm okay about Aho for that price, I guess I could handle Marner. Marner's definitely a great player. So yeah, it would be awesome if we can get one of those guys, but I don't like breaking the bank for it. Aho can play all. Okay, good. Aho can play all. I thought so. Those Finns, I don't know what Finland's doing with hockey, but whatever they're doing, they should keep doing it because they're putting out some amazing hockey players. Yeah, okay, HH. I hope you're right, I guess, but I don't think so. I don't think Toronto's letting Marner go. They'd be really freaking dumb. Kevin Christopher Knight. Who do you think Habs might go for at this point? Well, they seem to be all after Aho. I don't know. I don't know. I'm not sure at this point right now who's still out there, but they really seem to be after Aho. And Lee, I guess that's what it is. They're gonna. I imagine it's kind of the scale. They're gonna go after until try to get one of the big boys. Ketchup is supposed to for Kachuk. Yeah, I like Kachuk too, but didn't he just sign? I believe didn't he come to an agreement with Calgary? So I don't know if Kachuk is in the mix. Can someone give me a heads up on what is going to Montreal as of today for how much? Only so for Ronaldo, only the backup goalie Kincaid. That's of any consequence. They made a couple of minor signings, but it's not for the big team. So that's it. We're still waiting for something to drop on Montreal. But stick around. I'm going to be on for another probably hour, maybe hour and a half. And if it comes up, I'll announce it. Sporting, you're saying Marner to Habs too? Did you hear something, or are you just joking around too? Or is it a serious thing? Hey, HH, Coyote's going to send you a case of beer if they announce it. Sports King is saying actually. Aho is from Rauma, which is right next to Pori, where KK and Army are from. You'd have to think he'd like to play here. I would think Aho probably would want to come here as well. But I mean, he's been in Carolina, I don't know how many years, but it's his team. He's probably embedded there. So that doesn't necessarily mean, but if he's going to go somewhere or sign with somebody, I would think he'd want to come here, yes. So Benjamin is still sitting on his hands once again. Yeah, it's early, though. That's not fair to say, though. Tomorrow we could say that, but I don't think it's fair yet to say. And also with Aho, it might take more than today. Not all restricted free agents or unrestricted are going to sign today. With a player like we talked, Montreal would not have any good first for a few years, late 20s. Yeah, well, I don't know. You might be right. I mean, Timmins was asked about Lafreniere next year, and he said he's not. He doesn't. He hopes they're not in the running for him. He hopes they're picking 31. So, yeah, I don't know if that means anything. With a player like I thought I said that 19. Yes, he is again. So is this like real? Okay, I better refresh my Twitter. See if I can. I don't know. I think I would see something on Twitter about it already. No, no, Marner's not here yet. Let me see now. It's Kachuk. Whatever his name is. Yeah, it's Kachuk. It's a funny spelling. Don't worry about it. It just ketchup. I didn't get it right away. So sorry, but that's a funny way to put it. I like that. Did Montreal sign Lee? No, Steven, no word yet. They may have, and it's coming out in a minute, but no word yet. RDS reported that Bergevin will be submitting an offer sheet to Aho. Well, so that means, Marner didn't sign. That's fine. Yeah, well, that's the rumor. They're really hot on Aho right now, so I guess we might see that. I don't know. Interesting. So who else didn't I say that happened? Stuff happened. Jordy Ben for the Canucks. We know this. Apparently, Nyquist is heading to Columbus. Somebody is reporting from Sportsnet. Gus Nyquist is heading to Columbus. Don't know if that's 100% yet, but if somebody was saying Nyquist, we're going to sign. It looks like he's gone. Aho would be huge in Montreal. 100. He'd be huge here. The thing is the price you're paying to get him. But yeah, I get your point. I get your point. But none of you got to give Suzuki in a trade. I don't like that. I'd rather the offer sheet. I really would rather the offer sheet than give up some of the guys we've got that we've been waiting for, drooling over, waiting to see. I really don't want to see Suzuki doing great in another team, and he never played here. I may be the only one, but I really see the Habs making the playoffs next year. You're not the only one. I'm sure you're far from the only one. I would say that's the majority of Habs fans would. I don't see why not. Yes, there's increased. The teams around them got a little better, but just with Kincaid, we got a little better and brought some of those wins up. And those guys that have improved have a little bit farther way to go to catch Montreal than to just pass them, right? So I think we're okay. So I don't know. I'm not worried. I think we make the playoffs next year. We got some playoff hockey to cover next year. Mike says I do too, Trent. They just have to make the right moves. It's 100%. 19 Coyote. Oh, you're dreaming. Trent, you're dreaming. They don't make any significant moves. But again, you're judging too early. We're only not even 3 hours into the free agent signing period. I mean, it's hard to say nothing's going to happen. And doesn't happen anymore where in the first hour to everybody goes. It doesn't happen anymore. There's time yet. The Habs can be easily better than the Leafs next year. I think they already are. So I don't think the Leafs help themselves. Yeah, I don't think they help themselves. I don't think the Leafs make any forward progress. Not with what I've seen so far. Peanut, please don't scratch my leg, please. 19 says I wouldn't move Suzuki or any of the promising kids. Nope. Paling, Suzuki, Caulfield, Primo. To me, those are the four we don't move. Anybody else, I'm not opposed to moving some of the other kids, but those four, I don't think get moved. Okay, Peanut, not right now, please. I'm busy. They picked up Cece though. That's yeah. Okay, that helped them. Peanut, stop that. My cat scratching my leg. Loves to stick nails into my leg while I'm on camera. Don't know why. Wants to see if I react. They got CC. That's a help, but their blue line needed more help than that, I think. So, and what if they lose Gardner? You know, is CC? I guess people would say he is. I don't know. Leafs fans don't like Gardner. To me, the Leafs have taken a step down. Yeah, 11-11. I agree with you, and not finished yet. I hope so. Sorry, any Leafs fans out there, but I hope they don't make a step up. CC is not very good. Ottawa fans wanted him gone for a long time. Yeah, I don't know a lot about him, honestly. I don't. So that could be. So maybe it's not as good for them. But I think their defense is not going to be great next year. Drew Jolson, Suzuki, and either second or first round for Aho. Drew Jolson, yeah, leave Suzuki out of it. Are the Habs a playoff team next year? Yes. Charlie Vlogs, yes. I said it a few times now. We'll continue to say that, yes, they will be. Especially if they got a better goalie for backup right now. So barring any big injuries by anybody, obviously. Yeah. Right now, no. I think right now, yes. Kincaid is a big improvement over Niemi last year. Peanut, stop it now. So I think so, yeah. Habs just offer sheeted Aho. Stop now. You're getting me mad, so that's what happens. Elliot Friedman just retweeted or just tweeted it. So yeah, if Elliot Friedman put it out there, they just did it. So now I guess we need to find out what they offer sheeted at what amount. Yes, I'm seeing it here. Canadiens are announcing that they have offer sheeted. The Canadiens are announcing it at an annual salary of $8.454 million for 5 years, and it's the Canadiens announcing it. So that's official. We've offer sheeted. We've offer sheeted Aho. Well, so that's a rumor that developed today that turned out to be true. Now I don't know how long. How long does the team have? How long does Carolina have to match that? 24 hours or longer? 48? How does he land a bit? Well, if they get Aho, they landed a big fish. Aho had 83 points in only his third year in the league. Aho's a stud. He's a real Aho's a stud. I hope we get him. Trent, I don't know this detail. How long do they have to match? And at that number, I think it's under. It's one first rounder and 2 seconds. 1 day. Okay, I think it's 24 hours or 48. That's what I think. Whew. That'd be amazing. The number's not bad. It's better than I would have thought. The term is better than I would have thought. But, honestly, it depends. If they set it up with signing bonuses, apparently Carolina can't match. So I have a feeling they set it up where he's going to get big money right away, first couple of years. And I don't think Carolina can match that. So we might be getting Aho. Wow. First, second, and third. Okay, that makes sense. First, second, but that's better than 2 firsts and 2 seconds or 4 firsts. It's a lot better. And if they're, and you know what, I can't really, Aho, the finish aspect of it and how he'll merge in with this team. Merge is not the right word, but fit in with this team. It could be worth it, just that, because this could be a super good fit, and this guy is an 80-point scorer. We know that now already. His ceiling is 100 or more. Yeah, this could be good. Do you think Aho is better than Panarin? I think Aho's a better fit than Panarin. I don't know if Aho is better than Panarin. I can't say that, but I think Aho is a better fit here than Panarin. Yes, definitely. Bergie is speaking at 3:30. Okay, guys. Well, probably that's when I'll probably take a break. You know, this is what I'm gonna do. I'm gonna 3:30. I'm gonna go for watch that, and then I'll come back shortly after that, and we can talk about it again. So if you guys are into that, would you like me to come back for a third time? Let me know down there, and I'll do that. We'll plan that. That's cool. I'd like to hear what he has to say before we talk about it more. So at 3:30, let's go watch it and then come back and we can talk about it. From Winning Habit, Hurricanes offered Aho an 8-year deal worth $6 million. Aho's countered with a 5-year deal, $9.5 million. Okay, but if it's an offer sheet that's made, that means he signed the sheet, didn't he? If they're announcing it, he signed it that money. So if they don't match, he's coming. Okay, Mike says, yeah, do that, Rick. So there's one. Trent found out it's 7 days for them to match. If you're calling me because you want to participate, I'm live, so you better be participating.
Yeah, I just want to let you know the Canadiens offered Aho 5 years.
Yeah, we're talking about it right now.
All right.
Okay, thanks. Yeah, that's my buddy Pat. He was on one. Patty Mack from. He's out in BC. Okay, so it said they have a week to match. I wish it was just 24 or 48 hours. It would be a lot less nerve-wracking. Because if they match, then we're out of the race on a few of these things. It's a gamble here. It's a bit of a gamble. Where can I see Bergie? I'm going to say on TSN, on either TSN on TV. I'm going to think they're covering that. And if not, I'm in Montreal, so the local TSN on the internet from the radio station and everything should be carrying it at least, so I can at least listen to what he's got to say. In the unemployment, yeah. Yeah, Bergie's gambling big time if this is the case. Because if they don't get him in a week, unless Carolina can say early, like, say they know they can't match right away. If they can say, okay, well, we can't match, and we can get it. I don't know. Yeah, see, Trent just put something interesting in there. It's maximum amount of signing bonuses. This is the problem for Carolina. They don't have the money to match that. That's what I've heard. I don't know if it's 100% fact, but it's going to be a problem for a lot of teams, and it's something that Toronto does. And that's how Shea Weber has his contract. Nashville did the same thing. Big signing bonuses. It means a lot of his money is coming up front right now, payable tomorrow or today. He gets paid a lot of money, and Carolina can't match that apparently. I think they've said that they can't match that offer. So it might be we're getting Sebastian Aho. They were just talking that if they want to match, Carolina has to make a move. Yeah, they got to free up. But do they have the money up front to pay the guy too? Don't forget they got to. But yeah, they're gonna have to make a move. So then, well, I mean, Aho's the kind of guy you think he's worth scrambling around and doing whatever you can to keep him. So we're not out of the woods on it, I imagine, yet, but I would think it's a good chance we're going to get him. That would be a great deal for Aho, but I think he will get more than that. I think he gets 10. I don't know if he gets 10. I mean, I don't think Carolina can. They don't have to do more than match. They just have to match. So I don't see they're going to offer him 10. And you're saying you think he's going to get an offer sheet of 10 from someone else. I imagine that's possible, right? He can get 30 offer sheets, I would imagine, right? Everybody can offer sheet him. So, hey, I'm in Montreal also. Yeah, you're in Montreal, Coyote? Yeah, I'm in Montreal. Been in Montreal for, I'm going to say 52 years now. In like a week, it'll be 52 years. Carolina was only at $6 million, so that's what they offered him. Yeah, well, hey guys, that could be our big thing. We get Aho. I like that. I can't say I don't like that. I don't like the money, but I can't say I don't like that. Anybody out there that's watching? Anybody say you don't like that? Everybody happy with that? If we got Aho, I don't think I can watch it because I'm in the States. The Bergie thing, it's got to be online. Try tsn.com or .ca. Try tsn.ca. Try the local Montreal station. They probably have a link there where it's the Montreal one, and try that, and you probably get to at least listen to it. Habs Club says I'm happy as fuck. They hid that, but it's okay. We're all happy too. Sorry for the swearing. It's okay. We're allowed a little bit of swearing. Not too much. Not as bad as 4 first rounders. Yeah. So I love this offer sheet to Aho. Phil Ham. Yeah. Hey, Phil Ham. I don't know if I said hi yet. Thanks for coming in. Yeah. Yeah. I like this better than 4 first rounders to Marner. For Marner. Seems pretty good. Can't see if I can find out any more. But I think the consensus is Carolina really can't match a front-loaded offer like that. Breakdown on the Aho offer sheet. 11.3 million signing bonus plus 700,000 salary in year 1. 9.87 million signing bonus plus 700 salary in year 2. 6.9 million signing in year 3 and a 750 salary. So there's big signing bonuses in each of the 5 years. That's what Carolina probably can't match. And that signing bonus means that on the July 1st, they get that money, and then the rest of the season it's just 700,000. And it's hard for teams that are struggling with either cap or maybe the owner doesn't have such deep pockets, whatever it might be, to do something like that. And that's why the Habs did that, because they really want Aho, and they got a good shot to get him now. Anyways, that's the details on the from Pierre Lebrun, by the way, so it's credible. Well, let's hope we can find out pretty soon whether Carolina will match. I hope they sort of, they give in, like, in wrestling, give up. And they let us know within the next 24 hours. That would be really nice. Yeah, there's going to be $21 million paid out in the first 12 months. In the first year, he gets $21 million up front. That's not easy for a lot of teams to make. Montreal has money. Okay, well, there's still stuff about Al, but we know that offer sheet's been made. It's the big news right now on my channel. I got a lot of Habs stuff, obviously, on my Twitter, so it's big news. Every story's about Aho. Anyways, that's pretty cool. So we got 37 minutes to figure out what else is going on. And what else is, in all this excitement, anybody else get signed anywhere that I didn't see? Because everything on my thing is pretty much Aho and the Habs. 42 years South Shore, eh, Coyote? That's pretty good. I used to do courier, I know, everywhere. I'm a little rusty, but I did courier delivery for so many years. Johnny, we'll pay 2 first-round picks and a second and a third. Yeah, I can live with that for Aho. Yeah, I could live with that with Aho. I think everybody's in agreement. Coyote's in agreement. Apparently, with signing bonus, it's over 20 million. Yeah, 21 million in the first. Not even 2 years. Trent, in the first. I'm looking at myself. In the first 12 months, because he gets it. If this comes out as soon as it's okay, he gets the money right away. Is the first year, and he gets the second year next July 1st. It's a lot of money. Okay, let me look. Daniel Leclerc. I'm on it. Just give me a sec. Remember, I'm an old guy on a computer. You might have to wait a while. I'm just joking. I'll have it up in a sec. Let me see. Where can I get his stats? Okay, so he is 6 foot, 176 pounds. He's a center. He's 21 years old. He has, in 242 games played, he has 83 goals, 114 assists for 197 points. He is a plus 28 on his career, 17 power play goals, 57 power play points in his career, 15 game winners. He's a 12.6 shooting percentage for his career. Last season, 82 games played, 30 goals, 53 assists, 83 points, a plus 25, 3 power play goals, 24 power play points, 4 shorthanded goals, 7 game winners, 12.3 shooting percentage, 243 shots. On that notice, you got to give me about 30 seconds. My stove, my lunch that I didn't really eat, but I put in the oven, it's just coming out. I'll eat it after, but I got to take it out. Hang on, guys. Hot barbecue sauce on the fingers, on the hand, actually. I'm making chicken wings in Jack Daniel's sauce. So I don't know if anybody else's live feed, the guy gets up and goes and opens his stove and takes something out. I don't know. I hope it's okay. I strive to be unique. Okay, let's get back to let's see, UFA. I really hope we get what does UFA stand for? Unrestricted free agent. Unrestricted, as opposed to a restricted free agent that can't sign just anywhere. You have to offer. You have to give him an offer, and then the team that he's with gets to either match it. If they don't match it and you get the player, you have to give up draft picks. And depending on how much you sign for, I don't know why I'm looking at myself. Depending on how much you sign for, is depending on how much you give up for him. Your dad stopped spamming. Is he spamming? Is that what spamming is? I didn't see that. Aho signed the offer sheet apparently. Well, I think he has to, for them to register an offer sheet signing, he has to sign. So I'm pretty sure about that. Anyway. Yeah. Did I leave anything out? He's from Finland. Apparently from the town over from where Kokaniemi comes from, and Armia. And yeah, it was going to be a really good fit. That what we were talking about just earlier, where Coyote, who is now turned over into being a more positive Habs fan, was saying that we need to step up our game because everyone around us is, and we're not going to make the playoffs. If they get Aho, that changes. Even though the money later down the road might be a problem to figure out with everything, one thing for sure, the fortunes on the ice will change. Aho will bring one hell of a difference to this team. That's without a doubt. So you can't take anything away from the guy because of maybe the money he's making or whatever. The guy on the ice is going to perform. So you got to be excited about this. I wish we could just find out right now. Yes, Aho will be on our team because I'm super pumped for that. So I hope everybody else is. I imagine you know what they all feel the way I do. This is, and how good is this going to be for Kokaniemi? For his Kokaniemi, you know how good this is for him to have this guy who's just a little bit older than him, who's a superstar stud, who's going to be just ahead of him. Oh God, I just love this signing if they can do it. Like I said, I don't like the money, but you take everything else into account, and I love this signing if it's going to happen. Geez, I just got really excited about it. Yeah, we knew Bertie was up to something. And remember, I was saying that all the signs point to this and that and this, and it's probably going to be something we're not really expecting. And it turns out it's something we weren't really expecting. Yeah, Trent, I bet he probably, if he was going to go some other team, that this would have to be a team. We have one of the largest Finnish contingents, I guess you could say, on this team in the NHL. I would think we got, what, 3 guys from Finland now, maybe 4, and now maybe another one coming. So, yeah, I'm telling you, I don't know what's in the water in Finland, but whatever it is, it's doing something great to their hockey players. But of course, it's more coaching and the what they're putting into. I know I don't want to take away from that, but man, the players coming out of Finland are amazing. And I'm not just saying this because Aho's coming here. I've been saying that all last season with KK. I'm known for that. I hope you guys don't think I'm doing that. I've been pushing out KK for all last year. Can you picture who would he be on a line with yet, or is it too soon? Well, probably is too soon, Mike. But I guess he's going to be the number one. He's going to be number one. I kind of think it might change how things go. I think Domi's going to be on. I would have to think Domi on his wing, and I don't know who on his other wing because Domi's going to shift. I don't think he's going to be a need for a center next season. Then I think it's going to be a different look to the roster, and it's kind of hard to say. Training camp will figure that out. Hey, Alexander from Sweden. Thanks for coming in again, buddy. Aho would be perfect. You are in Sweden, am I right? Yeah, Aho is going to be perfect. I'm really pumped if this is the case. And the way they set up the contract, I don't know if you were here for a while, it's front loaded with signing bonuses, and apparently Carolina can't match that. I had a feeling we would offer sheet. Yep. Yeah, I mean, you guys have been saying that. I didn't think that he would actually. I'm in the bad for that. I really didn't think he would. 7 days for them to match. Yep. Leskinen too. Oh, that's right. I knew there was another one. Leskinen is from Finland. Do you think Aho will sign? And does this make us? Yeah, this takes us out of Lee. That's almost $9 million. That takes us out of Lee. Lee's going to want $9 million. We don't have $18 million to do on UFAs. That you can guarantee. It probably takes us out of Gardner too. It takes us. I don't know. They're going to have to trade for that left side D. I think now. In my opinion. And because making the trade, you send a contract, some more cap relief that you can take on the contract of whoever you're trading for. One bad thing about this, though, if we got Aho, Carolina can offer Sheet one of our prospects in a couple of years. Well, this is always true. But, I mean, if you keep your prospects happy and they know that they've got a shot, and besides, we're the Montreal Canadiens, not to brag or because that's my team, Montreal Canadiens are the most storied franchise in the NHL. They're the most popular franchise worldwide, the most well-known franchise worldwide. It comes into play. But, yeah, of course, they're going to offer, or does this, and I shouldn't say and does this offer sheet, which is the first one since I can remember, I don't know how long, does that open the floodgates now for offer sheets, and there's going to be more often? So maybe they won't be vengeful because people are going to be doing this more often. It won't just be this one incident. Let's see. Aho already signed it. Carolina just has to sign it. In what way Carolina has to sign that they're not matching or that they're matching? I think that they're matching. And if they don't sign it in 7 days, he's a Montreal Canadien. Simon Guibault, I hope I'm pronouncing it French and it's pronounced French for you. I don't know. Sometimes funny here in Quebec. And it could be Gibault. I'm sure you could just go online. You could find that out. William, Aho about to be on Montreal. Yeah, well, it depends if Carolina matches or not. But yeah, it's starting to look like we got Aho. It's a name to get used to, and we're not using it in. Hopefully, he doesn't play like an Aho, but he won't. He's a stud. It's reported that he signed it. Yeah, but Trent, I believe he has to sign it for it to be a valid offer sheet. For them to have Canadiens to have announced that they've offer sheeted, and then Albert Ellis is announcing it, means that Aho signed that offer sheet. So it's now Carolina has to sign and match, or not sign and not match. I think that's how it works. I'm not positive though. Okay, Glenn. Apparently it's 7 days. Carolina has 7 days to match. Craig Button says that Carolina will match this no matter what. I like Craig Button to a certain extent, but I don't know if he's 100% reliable to say that. But I would think Carolina would match, but I don't know if they can with the upfront money. That's what I think it rests on. But I think if it was a standard contract with no signing bonuses like that, I think it's pretty much automatic Carolina would match that. Aaron, I love what Bergevin is doing right now. What a GM. He's turned into, he wrote a gem. He's turned into a gem right now. It took him a few years to get the hang of it. And sometimes, dealing and all that's not easy. He could have some bad luck, bad reputation. The team was sucky. People didn't want to come here. There's a lot of that involved. And when you're a team that's desperate to get people, you get fleeced or they want to fleece you. So maybe he was just smart up until now to not get fleeced and not make some of those deals. And now he's able to do it. So, and I kind of see it that way. Let me get back to where I was. It would be really disappointing if Carolina matched. Yeah, I would have to agree. And at least if they're going to match, please do it fast. While there's still options out there. Button said Montreal cut themselves short with a low offer. Okay, but also remember this: as much as he's an expert and all that, still his opinion. He doesn't know 100% either. He may have more of an educated guess, yes, but it's still an opinion. It doesn't mean. I want to stay positive. Let me put it this way: let's send out positive energy, guys. Think positive energy. Yes, we might be a little disappointed after, but let's give positive energy. But yeah, I mean, I really hope Carolina doesn't match, and I hope Button is wrong. But Craig Button is definitely some people don't like him at all, but I've been watching him a bit recently, and I kind of like him. I don't think he's 100% accurate all the time, but I like him. Okay, Trent is saying. Okay, you're answering. Yeah, sorry, that's fine. So Twirly, read Trent McDonald right underneath your comment. Yeah, I know, but what I mean is he already signed it. Yeah, okay. But I'm saying that he'd have to have signed it for it to have been announced. So I'm just saying that I already figured that he had. That's all I'm saying. And I could be wrong about how that works, so you're trying to correct me, but I'm just saying I already figured that he had signed it when they announced that there was an offer sheet. That's what I'm saying, I guess. Wings, yes, sir. Not my favorite way of doing it because with my diabetes, I don't deep fry very much. It's rare I deep fry anymore, and I used to do it a lot. And that's the best way to make wings, but I'm a pretty decent cook, so I'm sure they're going to be pretty good. Let's see. He rebuilt the team in less than 5 years. Nobody is over. I agree. I agree with you, Aaron. He's rebuilt the team. I think they've gone from nothing in the cupboard, hardly any picks every year. They're trading stuff away, and he's totally rebuilt his team into something that we're kind of becoming we're becoming a contender anyway. We're on the right track. Blinders on. Follow that direction. So we can't trade unless we still have money after offer sheet. The money is gone unless Carolina matches in 7 days. Yeah, this is where the problem is. It's a risk. He took a risk. You know, I kind of think, contrary to what Button said, would Bergevin really want to take such a risk? So does he know something that somebody else doesn't maybe know, that Button doesn't know? Because I kind of doubt he put everything into this, and if it doesn't happen, we're screwed. I kind of doubt, because I think then his job's done. So I think he might know something that they're not going to match. But then again, I could be wrong. But I kind of think that Bergie didn't do this just, on a roll the dice. I don't think so. I freaking hope not, anyway. The offer is 8.45 on the cap, and 3 years of 21 million in bonuses, 700,000 in salary. Yeah. I found it online. I was going over it, but yeah, that's it. Yeah. Trent McDonald, you can offer an offer sheet out publicly, and the player can decline. Okay. See, this is what I didn't know. So I just assumed that. So good. I'm glad you brought that out. And if he already signed it, he wants to come here. At least he wants to come here. Doesn't mean he will, but at least he wants to come here. That proves it. Phil, sorry, that is 12, not 21. Typo. No, I think you had it right. 21 million. That's what I had. I got that from Pierre Lebrun. There's 21 million over the first 3 years of the contract in signing bonuses, with a 700,000 actual salary for 2 of them, and a 750,000 for the third. And then I'm not sure if it goes to a regular amount or whatever for the fourth and fifth, but it's really big upfront money. Aaron, we seem like we have the same hockey mind. Yeah, maybe. And look, I'm sure there's a lot of people with the same opinions as we have, but it's all subjective. Everyone's going to think slightly different, maybe. So that's why I don't try to get on anybody with a different opinion or who likes a different team. It's fine as long as we can talk hockey and exchange ideas. That's fine. Maybe I can sway somebody with my opinion. Pierre Lebrun said they discussed the offer sheet Braden Point, but then shifted to Sebastian Aho because they have a better chance. Well, Tampa is just as much up against the Caps, so I guess maybe they felt that Braden Point was more important to Tampa Bay than the Sebastian Aho maybe to Carolina, and that Tampa Bay would definitely match whatever they put out. But and maybe it's also something to do with the owners. I don't know. Maybe the owner situation in Carolina can't put out a deal like that where they have to put all the money up front like that. That's a possibility. So, good to see Bergie's paying attention, and he shifted directions to the right. If he's going to take any kind of a gamble, at least make it as educated a gamble as you can make it. I think he did the offer knowing things we don't. Yeah, Phil, that's what I'm saying. I think so too. The way he's been doing things, I don't see him doing this with a roll of the dice. I don't. Johnny's saying I was wrong before. Compensation 6 million, 3, whatever, 8, whatever. It comes out to 21 million in the first 2 years of the contract. They both have the same agent. Oh, well, okay. That makes sense. So the agent, you think the agent told them go after this guy, not that guy? I don't think so. That would be tampering, maybe. I don't know if that could happen. But they have ways of finding out stuff. They have their inside ways. Okay, wait. I just moved my only first, 1 second, 1/3. Oh, I see what you're saying. Yeah, and that's very palatable to get Aho. 1 first round, 1 second round, 1 third round pick. And that's over 3 consecutive years, I believe. It's not all in 1 year. So, that's palatable. Yeah, it's way better, Johnny. And like I said, it's very palatable that way. So the first year, okay, you lose your And I don't know if the Habs might have the ability to say what year, but I would imagine the other team is telling you which one they want when. But so you lose the first round pick the first year, but then it's the second round and then the third round. It's not the end of the world. But I would think it's the team that's getting the pick that decides which draft they want, what pick. They both have the same age. Oh, I read that. Okay, no, I'm running out of stuff to say here. This is why Bergie has been stocking up on picks. Yeah, well, Timmons said it. The draft is in Montreal next year. They want to have as many picks as they can for next year's draft. That's why they've been stocking up. But also to move, they might need to use some to make deals. Yes, that's true. But they are trying to stockpile for the next draft. But definitely, if he's got to throw in a pick to make a deal, I think he does that. My wings are smelling good, guys. I'm looking forward to 3:30. I got to figure out where to watch that. I don't know if it's going to be on TV or I'm going to have to look this up here. So we're going to have to check that out. Just give me a sec. I want to see if it's announced on the TSN page, because then I can give you guys the info too. Because sometimes they'll announce it. Now, they're not announcing anything about that. I'd have to listen to it live. I don't want to do that right now. Well, I'll find it. I'm sure I'll find it somewhere. But I would think the TSN Sportsnet is going to have that, although it might be regional. So depending on who's GM, what team is near you, to what. I'm looking at myself again. I must like what I look like. Yeah, depending on where you live and what the team is that's near you, you might get a different version. But in here, we should get version. At least I hope I don't have to wait till after it's over and then watch it on a clip. Okay, did I miss anything? Hey, Levi, glad to have you back. I'm going again in about 13 minutes. We're going to take a break and see if we can watch the Bergevin's supposed to go in a press conference, I guess, at 3:30. So we're going to take a quick break, and then I'm going to come back shortly after that. So so far, I didn't get a lot of feedback on that, but a couple guys said come back, they'll be back. So I'm going to come back after that. I'm going to have a quick bite and then come back. So I'll put it up right away, though. So you'll see there'll be an announcement. But I want to see what Bergevin has to say so we can talk about that and break that down maybe a little bit and see what's going on. And then again, it may be not worth much, but we'll find out. Let's say now. Philly says, Aho to Habs, Kegs Goo. What does that mean, Kegs Goo? Is that like a Philadelphia saying? Sorry. I don't know what you're saying there. Let's see. I get rounds, RDS and TSN in New Brunswick. Yeah, I get TSN. I don't get RDS, and I don't get Sportsnet. So I'm watching the free agent frenzy. And besides, that's not something I think that Sportsnet can control. They can control who gets games and stuff, but they can't control coverage like this. So, yeah, exactly, Phil. You are considered local for Montreal. But, yeah, you'll be able to watch it same place where I'm going to be able to watch it, I'm sure. But I want to see what he has to say, because maybe it'll give us more of an insight into what's going on, what his plans were leading up to it. I don't know what he'll talk about. But it's interesting that if Aho's already signed the offer sheet, he may be able to say a little bit more about stuff. So I'm interested to see about that for sure. Hey, Mike. Okay, good. I'll see you on the. You'll see. I'll post it when I go off. I'll put the next one right up right away, and then I'll go do my stuff and come back. So you'll see it up there. Yeah, this is exciting. At least, we didn't get one of those free agent days where nothing happened. We're all built up and then nothing happened. At least this is something. Even if we don't get them, at least there's some excitement to go today. I like that part of it. Okay, let me see what Twitter has to say. Even on Twitter, by the way, you guys, Twitter, you might be able to find the Bergie thing on Twitter if you belong to any or you're following anybody who posts Hab stuff. Twitter is good for that kind of stuff. I'm just updating it. I thought I saw the. Oh, here it comes. 2 new tweets. Kyle Connor. LeBrun is talking about Kyle Connor. That's a guy I would have liked to see Habs go after from the Winnipeg Jets. Didn't Carolina pull a move to Florida to free space for Aho? If they made them a bit lower offer, maybe it's all they can afford. Well, not someone just posted here before that Carolina had $6 million in cap space, which isn't enough for this offer. So I don't know if they moved anybody already, but they'd have to move somebody. But they have a week, I guess, to do that. So I mean, imagine that's what they give them the week for, is to see if they can make it work. But once again, I kind of don't think Bergie would take such a gamble on even if there's just a little possibility they're going to match. I mean, okay, there's a little possibility anyway. But if there's a relatively good possibility that they're going to match, I don't think he does that. So I'm hoping he knows something better. Although nobody's talking about it, so no, nobody's talking about if there's any. LeBrun reporting Habs' offer to Aho is $21.8 million in first year of the contract alone, but that's over to July 1st. 7 days is a long wait, Levi. Sure as hell is. It sure as hell is. That's why I'm kind of hoping Carolina knows they can't match and they can kind of say something pretty quickly, but they'll probably wait till 7 days for us to find out. Lines with Aho. Yeah, I was just asked that. I think Aho's first line center. With Domi on his wing. Who's in between? With Shaw on the right side of Domi. Galley. How about that? Domi, Galley, and Aho. A couple of small guys, but Domi, Galley, and Aho. Oh my God, that actually sounds pretty good. There you go. Anybody got any other ideas? Yeah, I would think he's trending in Canada now on Twitter. The announcement's out there. There's a lot of Habs fans all across Canada. Yes, Hab Nation. I'm taking a break at 3:30 to do exactly that, and I'm coming back after a little bit after that, not like right after that, but a little bit after that to. Yeah, I don't even know how long it's going to be, this thing, so I'm going to give a tentative time. I think at any point I can just cut it live anyway. So just, I guess, keep an eye out for it. But I'm definitely covering the press conference. I'm going to watch it. Well, a lot of people are thinking that Carolina can match this, so we'll see. I still don't think that he would do it if it's so obvious that they could match it so easily. So since we've slowed down on questions, I'm going to cut it here so I can get ready to find where I'm going to watch this press conference, and I'm going to come right back. Not long after. I'm going to see what I'm going to post. I don't know. I got to try to figure out how long it'll be for the press conference. So probably give it an hour. So I'll be back at about 4:30. And like I said, though, if they come back, if it's over, I can cut in faster. So, okay, so yeah, well, let's all go watch this press conference, and I'll see you back here on the flip side not too long after. Okay, thanks everybody for coming in. Thank you for participating. Today's been great so far. I'm having a blast. So I hope I see you all back here. Okay, bye-bye.